Hello there, and welcome back to Tatooine Tableflip. I am Jimmie, and today I'll be unboxing Robotech Attack on the SDF-1 from Japanime Games. Let's get this thing on the table and get it open, shall we? Okay, this is Robotech Attack on the SDF-1. Already, I like the box nice. It's pretty heavy. It's nice and sturdy. There is a linen finish to the box. All right, first thing we have is it's a fairly hefty rule book. Nice heavy gloss paper. Kind of page through it here real quick. It's like a list of the components, winning the game, and then of course pictures of everything. Holy moly, there's a lot of stuff in here. A visual guide. It's just some more going through the card decks, card types, scenario booklet, tokens, scenario play. Here we are at the game overview. That's a lot of text. Boy, this is going to require a bit of reading before playing. Holy cow. A bit about the SDF-1, the RDF, the Zentradi. Wow. 27 pages, some nice index at the back. I'm glad they put that in there. Yeah, that's a nice book. Okay, that's really good. All right, and then, let's see the construction sheet for the SDF-1 when you change it to the giant robot mode. Nice. All right. And then, they have separate scenario books. That's all right. I'm not going to spoil any of it by paging through them at all, but that's cool. I thought it would be one big separate book. Yeah, that's cool. Top secret confidential. See, next we have the quick reference sheets, but these are actually punch board with a light linen finish. Wow, that's really nice. Next we have our player dashboards, which are also heavy punch board with a light linen finish on them. Wow, that's awesome. Claudia, Lisa Hayes, Rick Hunter, Henry Global, Max Sterling, and Roy Foker. Awesome. Oh, and here we are. The pieces to the punch board SDF-1. I can't wait to put this thing together. That's amazing. I'll try to assemble it for the final thoughts section of this video, so then you guys can have a really good look at what it looks like. Here is the version of the SDF-1 before it transforms. Oh, that is cool. I like that. Then the launch bay, production, forward reactor and science, Macross City, aft reactor. Cool. Yeah, that's all right. SDF-1 danger board with a lot of stuff to track. Wow. And a bunch of token sheets here. That is cool. Oh, there's our character standees and their bases. That's fantastic. Oh, yeah, STF officer hero bases, pilot hero bases. That is really cool. I don't know how all those are showing up there, but yeah, those are nice. Double-sided, of course. So, a bunch of ships, some smaller tokens, and then a boatload of other stuff. Oh my. Wow. Oh, more of the same here. It looks like, yep. It's the other 3 characters. Otherwise, it's about the same stuff on each board. That is terrific. Like a, oh. A nice bag tucked down in there. That's all right. I think this is the, yep, the main board. Wow. That's really good. Really nice. You know, this is starting to resemble what might be, I think it actually works out to be sort of a tower defense game. The SDF, the round board we saw earlier, goes right here in the middle. And then the stand-up version stands in the center. And I don't know if we remove that round part or not at that point, but this looks like areas for cards. Maybe areas for tokens down here. Sorry, I wasn't even on camera. Areas for cards, areas for tokens. Possibly, oh yeah, resources incident. Oh yeah, I think those are, yep. Quite nice. Story characters. Oh, I see. Huh. Let's see if I can pop these open real quick and we'll just have a quick look at them. Apologies if this is spoilery. If you don't want to see these, maybe look away now. Okay. Kill all the Microns or you're dead. Micronians or you're all dead. Oh, that's cool. Yep. And a Rick Hunter card. Okay. And a Miriam Max. Nice. Those are really cool. A boatload of bags. If you guys have watched the show before, you know that I like this when a company throws in a bunch of storage bags for the tokens and whatnot. But it looks like there's a lot of recessed areas in the tray here, so, you know, maybe kind of redundant depending on how heavy you, or how much you tip your games around, that sort of thing, how much heavy use they get. Just a couple of standard dice. And then 2 fairly thick packets of small cards. And I have no idea if these are going to be spoilery or not, so I'm not going to open them at all and page through them here like I usually like to do, but maybe I'll talk about them a little bit in the final thoughts section. And as usual, I like to pull the tray up, make sure there's no surprises hidden underneath, no secrets. There you have it. Attack on the SDF-1 from Japanime Games. Look at all the stuff that comes in this box. There's loads of things in here, and this isn't even all of it, especially the tokens. There's a gajillion more that I left in the box. We have numerous decks of these small type cards. They're really nice cardstock. They're really sturdy, and they've got a linen finish to them that, you know, you all know that I like. There's loads of them that we saw earlier during the unboxing. Goes around the spaces on the board. The tokens are all the heavy punch board we're all used to, and so there's nothing new there, but man, there's loads of them. Look, I got a small pile here, and there's loads more in the box that I didn't want to punch out yet. There's just a lot. So this is going to require itself just some heavy reading because there's so many different types of tokens. I mean, it's a heavier game, it's starting to appear to me, and which makes me happy, but boy, it's going to be it's going to be a job sitting down just to learn the darn thing. So that can either be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on your point of view. I think it's a good thing. I love heavier games, so I'm excited to dig in. However, if you're not used to that type of game, or if you're not in the mood for it, this is probably not going to be your bag. Speaking of bags, if you saw the unboxing for our Ace Pilot episode, it had one of these Zentradi bags in it as well. These are really slick. I have no idea why it's in this game. I haven't had a chance to look through the rulebook or anything yet to see what it is used for. I'm guessing there's something about the tokens going here, and you draw tokens out, usually why they're in a game, right? I like that these reference boards are all heavy cardstock, and they've got the linen finish to them. They're double-sided. So there's a lot of information on these, so that's really nice instead of the, you know, difficult to handle cardstock. We have our scenario books. There's 5 of them in here, and I'm hoping they're going to release more later to help keep the game fresh and boost the replayability. And these are all neat little books. I thought it was, originally I heard there was scenario books. I thought it was going to be one big book with many scenarios in it, like a lot of games of this type do, but not. They just broke them all out into all the little single books, which is really cool, I think. This tracking board, holy cow, there's so much information to track in this game, and I love that they put this nice, big, sturdy, linen finish punch board in here. Man, this is a terrific idea, instead of just giving you either scattered fields around the board to track things or having you track them at your player boards. Speaking of, the player boards also really heavy punch board with a linen finish, nice colors, everything pops real well, nice and crisp. The weird thing so far to me is that, and I'm kind of going off of memory here, but while the whole of the artwork in this evokes the anime real well, I don't think it's original art, and I haven't looked into it yet, so that's something I'm going to check out later. But I think this is, it may be new art from, because it feels, for lack of a better term, off just a little bit, and I can't really put my finger on it just yet. But you know, they're clearly not just pulled from cells of the anime, is what I'm getting at. But still, really, really gorgeous artwork throughout. We have our main player board here that's kind of covered up by everything right now, and then the big circle SDF board when it's in regular ship mode. And it appears to me that this rotates during the game. That's why the fields are marked off and they align with the lines on the main board. And so you can rotate the ship during the game. Probably, since it is kind of a tower defense game, probably to aim certain bits at certain other bits, for lack of a better way to put it. I really need to dig into the rulebook of this thing, you guys. What I really love are these little standees. I know these are hard to see the way I've got the camera set up right now, but you saw them during the unboxing. They've got these nice little cardboard bases to them. They didn't have to put any plastic in. I think that's a great idea. That way they can theme, as they did, the pilots and the officers, has the UN Spacey logo. I think you can see, you saw it during the unboxing anyway, but they slot into those real well and they stand up real nice. So even though they're probably going to take a lot of handling, I think they're going to hold up pretty well. We have a couple of regular 6-sided dice in here. There's not a lot to say about those. Let's see, I think I covered just about everything. So let's get to this guy. Look at this thing as I knock him on his face. Holy cow. When I first heard about this game, I saw a picture with this standing in the center of the board. And this is what got me really, really interested. Besides the IP, of course. But because I was a Robotech fan when I was a kid. But man, look at this thing. This is so cool. I love stuff like this. And this is fantastic. It's really heavy punch board. It's got that little bit of a, like a, kind of a, not a gloss exactly, and not quite a linen finish. It's a weird little kind of mix between the two. It's a very light finish, but very sturdy, probably well protected from this type of finish. I'm not familiar with this, so I can't speak too much to it. The drawback here, and the one critique I have of it is, one, there's a sheet of instructions. It gives you the parts list and the slot numbers, and then it gives you this list of instructions down the side, but there's no picture of the finished ship put together. That includes in the rulebook. I paged through it real quick while I was trying to put this thing together, and there's no picture of the finished piece in there as well. Just a piece of artwork at the front where it explained all of the different ship types, and so I was kind of going on that, and then the instructions written down the side of that sheet there. They're not poorly written, but it would have been better to have a bit more visual representation, because I'm not clear whether or not I got the legs on right, but it stands up. That's all I care about. The other thing is that the slots on this were made relatively tight, and while it's a decent quality of punch board, a couple of the bits I bent while I was trying to put them together because they're almost too tight, and they have this weird little, like a almost like a lock tab in the middle of the slot, where the slot comes out and then there's this weird little bit in the middle of one side of the slot. And both sides have that. And so as you're putting it together, those two bumps kind of ram into each other, which causes the pieces to flex at a weird angle. And what I noticed that in a couple of the slots, it would catch the edge and bulge the cardboard up. It would kind of peel it back a little bit. So when you're putting this thing together, take it very slowly and be excruciatingly careful. That doesn't sound weird at all. But just take it easy putting this guy together, and I'm probably never taking it apart. So if I have to take this game anywhere, I have no idea how I'm going to transport this thing. But I think it's just going to stay together forever and always. I really don't want to have to mess with this again. In between the unboxing and this section now, it's been about an hour and a half. This is all I was doing, besides paging through the rulebook just a little bit, trying to find a picture of it. So, yeesh. It's really cool. It's one of the coolest game pieces I have seen in a long time. But, oh my, it was quite difficult to put together. Worth it, I think. But still, let's see. I think I've covered everything as much as I want to in this video. So you guys, there are a lot of other unboxings up on the channel here. I have another one that's Robotech. It's called Ace Pilot. If you want to jump into the unboxings playlist, you can see that along with a ton of other. I think this one here is 63, 61 or 63. It's quite a few anyway. There's also some reviews up on the channel here, so you are welcome to dig through those. We have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/Tatooine Tableflip. If you find yourself in a position to help the show and or the blog, please head over and check that out and maybe toss us a couple of dollars. Speaking of the blog, I have a website. It's boardgamerblues.com. I've got a bunch of written reviews up over there, so please head over and check that out as well. You can find me on all of the socials as Board Gamer Blues if you want to have a chat about this game or any of the other games I've covered on the channel, or really any game in existence, or just about anything in life. Really, I love speaking to everyone and interacting with everybody. I love it when folks want to talk to me about their favorite games. So hit me up. Let's have a chat. Or if you like, you can email me. It's jimmie@boardgamerblues.com, and we'll trade a few emails. I've got a lot of emails going right now, so if I don't get back to you right away, don't fret. I will answer you. I reply to every single email I get here at the show because I'm really appreciative of everyone who watches and all of my subscribers. Speaking of which, if you want to keep up with me and all of my shenanigans, why don't you hit the subscribe button down there and ring the bell. That way you don't miss any new unboxings or reviews here on the channel. And I think with that, I will say thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you next time on Tatooine Tableflip. Bye.